Hi everyone, welcome to the third part of this planner page video. We are doing the owl from Enchanted Forest and by Johanna Basford, and there is a download available for this page which I put the link in the description just in case you don't have this book or her Enchanted Forest book, and if you want to follow along then you easily can. This is a chopped version of the download and the book page, so you may have to improvise a bit on the rest that is sort of missing. I don't think it's that much though. Anyway, we're going to make a start, and I think the best way to approach this page is to go top down, just because I can't think of any other way to do it. So I'm going to zoom in so that we can see the whole of the width but not all the length, and then you can see a little bit closer. I'm going to grab my hooker's green first and just put it to the side. Actually, I'm going to put it above so that if I feel that there's any bits that are a bit messy and need filling in, then I can do that. Sometimes what I find is, for example, when I've completed this leaf, I might notice a bit up here that I've missed or something like that, so it's always useful to have that one handy. So if you did use the hooker's green, these are Castle Arts pencils, I don't know if I ever remembered to tell you, it's in the description always, so you can do that. We're going to start right in the corner with these three, and we've got a fair choice of greens but not huge, and I'm going to do something, I don't want anything too mega bright. I'm going to go for the juniper green, just because it's really similar to the Prussian green and I can see it there. So here's the juniper green. It's really hard to see, and I'm going to, as I say, start with these. Now we've got a vein in the middle and then the main leaf. I'm just going to colour the whole thing quickly, and then I'm going to make it a bit darker along each edge of the vein there. This is one way you can colour leaves. There are loads and loads and loads of different ways that you can do it, but I'm going to keep this one really simple and just do that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this one and this one. So just move that pencil out of the way. I'm having to rest on the ring, which I don't like doing, but never mind. So it's just a quick going over with this, and then down the edge of that vein, and then spread the colour outwards like that, and I think that's the vein there. We're going to do the same on the other side with these leaves. So I'm going to start with the rough layer. Oops, moving the book all over the place. I can smell food, like fish and chips or something. I've got the front window open. Although my door is shut because the children are making a racket, I can hear them now. I say children, they're 18 now, they're adults. My children, maybe that's a better way to say it. But anyway, it may be that the pub is, I think the pub serves lunch on a Tuesday, I'm not sure. They have fish and chips. That might be what I can smell. Anyways. Now this is quite similar to the background, isn't it? And it isn't really contrasting, we can't really see. So what I'm going to do, oops, drop my pencil. No, that's not, don't do that. As I'm going to grab a lighter colour, I'm going to find the permanent green. I'm trying to find it. Where are you? That's the cadmium green. Sorry, bear with me. You might be finding yours anyway. It's a permanent green. I can't find it. Where are you? No, that's a Prussian green. There it is. That was hard work. So the permanent green, and I'm going to use that for the edges. Well, basically I'm going to go over most of the leaf again, I think. It might depend No, I might not do that. She argues with herself then. So go down the centre vein and then just brighten these edges. Oh, I am going to take it in there. Maybe not all the way in. You want to be able to see that it's a bit darker in the middle. And then it looks a bit brighter than that background. So down the middle. And then just take it in from the edge. I must stop breathing then, I was concentrating so hard. I must stop doing that. My husband was saying this, he had been listening to a podcast this morning, and it was, there was on all sorts of things. He did send me a link, I just don't have the, I haven't had the time to listen to it, but it said something about the symptoms of mould toxicity are similar to the symptoms of anxiety, which was interesting and completely novel. And now we get a fair bit of mould in our bathroom, which is ensuite to our bedroom, so it's chances are we are breathing in some mould, but I think it's a lot better than it was, because I think it was causing some breathing problems I was having. So I've been really trying to treat it, the mould, to try and stop that. And and also the window's always open at this time of year, so I don't know. I will do a bit of research, I think. Maybe not listen to the whole podcast just for that little thing, but do some research into this mould thing. I know mould is really bad. Now this one, I want to do it in quite a different colour to this so that it looks different. I always think that's quite good. And what I'm going to do for this one is something, I'm going to do a layer of green gold underneath. It's a rather nice colour, and I think it could act as a nice foundation, if that makes sense. I hope so. I actually, I remember watching someone doing Polychromos work, colouring, and they said they always use the Polychromos green gold as a base for every leaf. And I did try it, and because I was a bit too heavy-handed, I don't know what paper I was colouring on, but I coloured the green gold down and I couldn't get anything on top. I must have really pushed it into the page, because Polychromos don't normally go down like that. And so I was a bit scared of doing it, but also it might have just been because I find that if I use a yellow it's quite difficult to colour over the top, but this isn't a yellow. I'm going to use the sap green, I think, if I can find it. Oxide of chrome. There it is, I thought I saw it. I'm trying to decide what to do. I know what I do. So here's the sap green. I'm going to do this inside one first because it's the easiest for what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put the sap green at the bottom and then sort of fade it up, so we get a bit in the middle, like our feathers actually, like that. And why this leaf is hard is because we don't know where that shine is going to be, or that paler area is going to be. So I'm just sort of fading it and trying to leave that yellowy bit in the middle, just a bit. I hope that sort of worked, but it's definitely a very different colour to the other leaf, which was the idea. And it's quite nice having these dark ones on the edge to sort of almost frame the picture, but then these are on the edge too. All our leaves are going to frame our owl, aren't they, at the end of the day? That's what the picture's about, really. Now I said, excuse me, in my first video that I've done this owl lots of times before. To be interested to find my pictures of him, I might put them on my Facebook page if I can find them, or my previous owl attempts, because I think they'll be quite different. I know my very first attempt was really, really different. It was really horrible. I think I wouldn't do it like it now. I don't know if I can find that one. I don't think I even did it symmetrical. Oh, I think I did the owl symmetrical, but I didn't realise the leaves were symmetrical, I don't think, or something. I think my owl was purple or pink. I don't know. It was just hideous. But, you know, I mean, not that a purple pink owl would be hideous. It was just it didn't match with the rest of the page. And, ugh. But it was what got me buying books. Basically, my first... I saw a Johanna Basford book in a shop and wasn't sure about it. Went to her website and found all her free downloads, and the Enchanted Forest ones were there because it was soon to be released-ish. It was sort of an advert. I'm going to do these next. I'm just looking at colours, and so that was quite exciting. But I sort of downloaded the all the freebies and had a go at them before deciding whether I wanted the book. Cadmium green, I like this colour. I'm going to actually start with the stem here. And then with these, I'm going to actually work towards the tip, fading the colour. I'm going to use a different colour right on the tip. I've got this one as well. And I am thinking that this bit up here is probably also, but I'm just going to block colour that bit in because we don't really know what's going on. But I think maybe there's a stem sort of here, like this one's hidden. I don't know. It might be something completely different. If you've got the actual book, you might find that it shows you, but I'm not worried. We need to match it in the context of this page rather than worrying about what it's actually supposed to look like, if that makes sense. So just fading up towards the tip in all of them, really. Yeah, my sister finds the whole idea of her daughters going to university so exciting that she's enrolled in a course herself. Unlike me, she hasn't got a master's, so she's decided to do a master's course. She's found one. It's an online course because she's homeschooling her boys. She's got younger boys, and she's homeschooling her younger boys, and she's might have to get a job as well because. Anyway, so she's doing a 2-year part-time master's in English and English literature, I think. So she's quite excited. She'll be starting that in September. I think everything's online, so she doesn't attend classes. I used to quite like that, but anyway, I used to like my walk and then seeing people and stuff. It's all part of the experience, really. But you know, although I remember having a class from 6:15 to 9:15. That was always a tricky one. But it doesn't. My boy's latest one is 5:15, I think. So anyway, that's those done. And now we want something for the tips. I'm going to make them quite bright, I think. We do have a cadmium green pale, but I think it's too similar. So I am going to go for the leaf green, which is a lot paler and brighter as well. I missed that one. How many of you noticed? Well done. You get a brownie point and a gold star. I stopped then because it's not the same colour as that, and I thought I'd done it wrong. Of course, it's not supposed to be the same colour. With the leaf green, I'm going to start the tip with a more intense colour and then sort of blend it, fade it into the colour there, like that. I think that's more fun, easier, and it gives us that vibrancy that I wanted on the tips of the leaves. We just work our way through them all. Yeah, up here. I think university was a nice time because I had a bit of money, I could spend, I had a bit more freedom, less intense work, but no responsibilities. And I think my husband gets a bit offended when I say it was a favourite time of my life. Obviously, you know, I love him, I love my children, you know, all that, but the lack of responsibility, oh, it's just so freeing thinking back to that, you know. It's like, I don't know, I was talking to my neighbour in a supermarket, I happened to see her, and she was talking about how she's going on holiday much later in the year, but they're seeing her husband's son, but she's had to organise all of it, and how exhausting it is having to organise everything. And I was like, I just know, why do women have to do that? Maybe not all women do, I don't know. Now these horse chestnuts, or chestnuts conkers, whatever they are, now they're usually green but with brown bits on, so that's how I'm going to colour them. I'm just picking my green. I want, I think I want a Prussian green. I don't know where it is. There it is. I'm going to use the Prussian green, and I want it darker on the edge. I'm not going to worry about our little sticking out bits yet. It's so similar to the background. Maybe it's okay. And then just bring it in so that it fades a bit. I'm going to not do the, what are they called, prickles? They're not thorns, they are a bit prickly. So I'm just fading that towards the middle. And I think that's what I find very, very tiring is, you know, I'm the one who has to notice if the washing needs doing, if the windows need cleaning. I'm the one who has to remember that it's time to get up, that it's to make the lunchbox, to do all those things. And although maybe I like to be in control, but sometimes it would be nice if someone else noticed, you know. And I don't know whether just stopping doing it would mean people would notice, but I think it would just create stress for everybody, you know. So it's really hard to know what to do, really. And that's the sort of thing that, yeah, that I didn't have to worry about when I was a student. I was living at home, so my mum, she would wash every day, so as long as you put your clothes in the laundry basket, she would wash them and dry them and iron them. I mean, how lucky was I? But even when I moved out of home, when I did my masters, I only had myself to please. I had a routine. I would do all my washing on a Sunday, early morning when no one was in the laundry room because everyone was in bed. And I would just be able to do whatever I wanted when I wanted. Yes, of course I had classes to go to, I had a timetable, but you know what? If I didn't go, that was up to me. You know, of course I went, but the point I'm making is that there was nobody, it was only me in charge of me. Okay, I'm going to use the burnt umber for the prickles and to make some marks on these. So we're going to go, they're quite hard to see now. And then on here I'm just going to put lines like that. But I think, you know, having children, I knew that I would have to do things for them. That's not surprising, but I didn't realise it would be the same for a husband. But maybe it isn't for everybody. I don't know. There we go. I do often say to my sister how I think feminism has actually made our lives very difficult. As much as it must have annoyed women that they couldn't work and they didn't get equal salaries, and of course they still don't. The fact that now we have to work because because costs have gone up in line with the fact that a lot of households have two earners, so you have to, and but we still have to do all the traditional role as well. I mean, obviously we don't have to get on our hands and knees and scrub floors, we don't have to hand wash items, you know, we have a dishwasher, a lot of us, you know, and things like that, so it's not as hard as it obviously was. It still seems to be left to us to do. I don't know why. What's gone wrong? Why aren't we teaching our boys that they need to be equal members of households? What was odd was my husband, his father used to help out, in fact do more than his mother, but he still only, he will do it if he's asked, but he won't ever notice that things need doing. He now knows that we do the cleaning on a Sunday, so he has to help, but he has certain bits that he likes to do and that he just does, so that me and the boys get left with the stuff he doesn't want to do. It's interesting, but yeah, I don't really quite understand what went wrong for women, really. Something needs addressing, and as I said, I realise that in other countries it's much worse. You know, girls struggle to even get an education and things like that, which is very difficult. Now around these you can see there's a lot of mist background, which I am just going to address. I'm going to find my hooker screen, I'll put it up there, didn't I? Which needs sharpening, and I'm just going to go around each one a little bit. So there is hooker screen. I'm doing it quite gently, but I can actually go over the brown as well, so that helps me a little bit. And it just fills in those gaps. This is what I meant about keeping the pencil handy, because yours may be fine, it might not need you to do this, or you may find you need to do it all the way around, you know, it just depends how accurate you've been. I often find it's down to tiredness, how tired you are when you're doing it, and the sort of mood. There we go, so there are those. Now where are we going? It's taking quite a long time, isn't it, this? I think these leaves that look like oak leaves I might do next. Excuse me, I'm really tempted to do them brown, but I don't want to clash with the owl. What can we do? We could do, I know. What's that colour? I'm going to go, yes, actually that might work. No. I'm going to use the yellow ochre, which is almost like a light brown, and I'm going to do the stem part and then bring it just slightly into the leaf. I'll show you. So fairly heavy on the stem. It's sort of, I want this to look like it's wood, which it would be. It's a little bit goldeny really, and then I'm just going to bring that up a little bit into the base of the leaf. Okay. Same on each. I'm ignoring this outline. I'm not really interested in doing that as a different colour. There we go. It's quite sunny today again. It was when I was out, it wasn't too sunny, which was a relief, because I'm leaving that one because we can't see most of it. The bit that would be brown is hidden. And there's a bit down there as well that I need to try and remember. But knowing me, I'll probably remember next week. I hope you've been enjoying the Ivy series that I've been doing in the mornings. I had such fun with it. It was, oh, I found a big missing bit background there. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Can't really see much of that one. Yeah, I think that'll do. But I'm going to fill in that bit there with my hooker's green. Don't want it too hard. There we go. Oops, put it up there. Now, what should we lead into? What sort of green would go with that? I'm thinking maybe the cadmium green pale. Yeah, let's do that. I'm only reluctant because it's my favourite. And I'm thinking we sort of want to overlap it a little bit to sort of get it started. So that we can see that that is the same leaf as that. It's a bit tricky. Hopefully once we've done this one it will make more sense. I'm taking that all the way to the end and I'm not reducing the pressure or doing less layers because it's quite pale. So I think I just leave it. It's sunny today. I think might be our last sunny day for a little while. It's going to rain, but my son wants to go out tomorrow and buy some. Oh, I've got another mist bit there, look. He wants to go out and buy some ingredients for a chicken dish he wants to cook tomorrow. So that's fine. Oh, let's put that there. So we might end up getting wet, but that's fine. He could go on his own, then I won't get wet. But I like a walk. Trying to keep myself fit, which is good. I actually was thinking about my hygienist was saying that my teeth have a lot of infection, so I'm thinking I really need to work on that because apparently if you have gum disease, which is what it is. Oh, I've missed that stem. It can cause, I can't see a stem like that on the other side. I think it's because it's cut off in a slightly different place. They think that if you have gum disease that the inflammation, the body is fighting that inflammation all the time, and therefore it leaves it more vulnerable to inflammation elsewhere, such as in the heart. You know, you have is it called metabolic disease when you have a lot of inflammation in the body, in the heart, and things like that. So it can leave you vulnerable to other things. So it had made me think that I need to be a little bit more careful. But I will try. I'm liking how this is coming out, particularly how it looks in the camera as opposed to how it looks close up, because in the camera I can't see all the tiny flaws because it's a much smaller picture. But even without that I still rather like it. Oh, pencils are rolling around. I don't know if you can hear that very well. So as I said in the first video in this series, I am going to be reducing my video content. Oh, another gap in the background, can you see there? In September, just for a bit. It won't be forever, but I need time to do other things. So as I said at the time, there'll be no shorts. there will be only one video a day, just for a bit. And on my Facebook page, I will link to an archive video for you to have a look at. It's not ideal, I know, but I've just got, you know, I've got a week where I'm going to not be recording, a family time, and the boys going off to uni. They might need me to go with them. Gosh, it sounds like they're 4, but to show them the way. I think we're going next week. We're going very close, so I'll be able to show my one son the way. But they do have a way of navigating on their phone, so it might be fine. But you know, I'm just trying to make sure that if I'm needed, I'm available, basically, as we do as parents. Right. Okay, now that has been half an hour already. I think I'm just going to do this set here and then come back tomorrow. I know this is taking quite a long time, but you know, it's got a lot of detail. It's a page that I think does always take a fair bit of time. Now, these ones, what have we got left? We've got leaf greens, oxide of chrome. Oxide of chrome is quite similar to, we've got phthalo greens. They're a little bit too blue. Don't want to use those. I think we'll use, the leaf green is really bright, isn't it? Those are too bright. The chrome green is very similar to the hookers, so we decided not to use that, didn't we? We've got the oxide of chrome, we'll use that. It's a little bit browner, so we'll use the oxide of chrome. And I've already found a bit that I've missed in there. I want to, yeah, oops, my pencil's running around. Now I'm just thinking, is that the same as that? No, we'll do it differently. So we'll do these. I'm going to fade them towards the middle. We're going to do them a bit like the feathers again and these leaves, but we're not going to use a different colour. So we're just going to make them a bit lighter in the centre by building up the layers on the edges, I think. A little bit different. Now this one always flummoxes me because it goes inside the bird. It's a bit odd. You know, either it will go behind, it wouldn't like tuck into him, but it does, so. I try to just ignore it. Maybe that's not a good idea. So a bit more, oops, at the top, less in the middle. Yeah, I want the boys to enjoy their time at uni because, you know, obviously they've had to get a loan to pay for it, you know, student loans. So you want to hope that it's worth it. They will have a, they're doing a sandwich course, both of them, which means they have to work for a year in the middle. So they do 2 years of study, 1 year of work, and final year of study. So that might help them too. I don't think they have to pay their loan off in that period, to do any loan repayments then, but they might do. Depends how much they're earning in that year. But we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. I know because my husband works in IT and my one son's doing IT. He has a lot of contacts that he's going to see if he can get him a good placement. My other son's doing accounting, so he needs an accounting company. but that's something I'll need to think about fairly soon, I think, so that because lots of people will apply, they need to find a way of standing out. Luckily, the one son's got his father's contacts, which should help him, and the other one has got very good grades. So hopefully they'll both have success there. And it'd be nice for them to earn a little bit just for a while. But I don't know how long it has to be for, whether they still get the holidays and stuff or not, or they have to work a full year. But they'll find out, I'm sure. I was going to do that one, but that's not part of it. I think we have now finished this sort of top section, so that's rather good. I'm just having a little look at the background to see if there's anything I want to fill in, and I'm thinking I want to just darken that a little bit. Now, this is a sort of picture that you can fiddle with for hours and hours. I guess you can with any, but just trying to finish that. I think I'm going to make that do for today. It's been quite long, so you've worked hard if you followed along. So thank you for watching. Pop back tomorrow. I'm hoping, yeah, we're going to have to get this finished because I need to do my completed pages video. So I shall get this one finished tomorrow, even if it's extra long. Sorry, I'm being fussy now. There we go. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a super day and happy colouring.